Good morning friends, welcome back. We'll move on with the topic of gravitation and we are coming to the end of the chapter, and the last topic which is remaining is about weightlessness of astronauts in a spaceship, and second is the escape velocity. Okay, let us first talk about escape velocity. Tell me, when you throw an object upwards, definitely it will come back. For throwing an object upwards, what we do? Okay, think and tell. Yeah, we apply a velocity. Which velocity? Initial velocity. Okay, now answer my question. If I increase the initial velocity, what happens? The object will go to a greater height. See, some of you may be able to throw a ball up to a height of 4-story building or even sometimes 5-story building. That requires practice. Okay, you have seen rockets of Diwali. When you light the rocket, the velocity which is imparted to the rocket brings it to a very great height, around more than 100 meters. More than what? 100 meters height it can reach. But if you take a bullet and fire it from a gun, the distance it will travel will be much more than the rocket. Why? Because the velocity imparted is more in case of a bullet. So what link you can get? The more you apply the velocity, the more the body reaches a maximum height. But because of gravitational pull, what happens? As the body is going upwards, its velocity goes on decreasing. Finally it becomes zero and the body returns back to the earth, right? But one thing is clear, the more you apply the velocity, more the object will go upwards. Now there is a certain velocity called as escape velocity, which when imparted to an object, the object will go to such a height that it will overcome the earth's gravitational force. It will overcome the earth's gravitational force and the object will return, it will not return back to the earth, it will escape out in space. I repeat, if you give a velocity to an object which is equal to escape velocity, with that velocity it will go to such a height that it will not return back to the earth. Such a velocity is called as escape velocity, and today we have to derive the expression for escape velocity. Now on earth we have to find the value of escape velocity. Now as you know, as we move very far away from the earth, the gravitational force becomes zero at that point. Okay, and at such points the escape velocity will also be zero. Escape velocity depends on the gravitational force of attraction exerted by the earth. If the force of attraction exerted by the earth is zero, then escape velocity is also definitely zero. So at infinite distance, escape velocity will be zero. Okay. At the same time, we will also use the formula for potential energy, which gravitational potential energy. I have told you the formula in my earlier topic. PE equal to minus G capital M small m upon R plus H. Now we will find potential energy on the earth's surface and potential energy at infinite distance. At infinite distance, the potential energy is zero. This I have explained you earlier in my earlier videos. So go through the videos and you will understand them. The potential energy at infinite distance is zero, and on the earth, on the surface, it will be maximum. So using these derivations, we will find the value of escape velocity on earth's surface. Look at the derivation. See, escape velocity. The object which is thrown vertically upwards, when you throw an object vertically upwards, its initial velocity will be definitely u, but final velocity at maximum height will be 0. And acceleration, since it is moving upwards, we take negative, a equal to minus g. Now our formula becomes v square equal to u square plus 2s. This is the third equation of motion. I will use this equation, and what we get, v0 u square minus 2gs, or 2gs equal to u square, or simply s equal to u square upon 2g. This is the height an object reaches and it totally depends on what? Initial velocity. So we understand that more the initial velocity, more will the height reached by the object. This gives you the relation between the height reached by the object and the initial velocity. Okay. Now look at the second part. Okay, I am talking about an object of mass m lying on the earth. I have to remove this object such that it doesn't return back to the earth, or I want to supply it, I want to give it escape velocity. Now let VES be the escape velocity of the object on earth surface. What? On earth surface. So the kinetic energy I will give it will be half m VES the whole square. Right? This is our formula for kinetic energy. Half m VS the whole square. Now the potential energy of the object, by using the formula of potential energy, I'll write minus G m small m upon r. Okay, this is the kinetic energy of the body, and this is the potential energy of the body lying on the earth's surface. Now total energy of the body E1 will be addition of kinetic plus potential, half m Vs square minus G mm upon r. That gives you the potential total energy of the object lying on the surface of the earth. Now let's talk about the object which is now at infinite distance. Height is infinity. At infinite distance, the gravitational force of attraction becomes zero. So in that case, the escape velocity also becomes zero. There is no need of any escape velocity. That's why the kinetic energy of the body at such great heights will be zero, and the potential energy will be given as minus G mm upon infinity, and that comes out to be zero. So the total energy of the object E2 will be Ke plus P, that is zero. Now we all know the law of conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. So according to this law of conservation of energy, the energy of object on Earth's surface is equal to energy on at infinite distance. That means E1 is equal to E2. Now what is the value of E1? Half m VES the whole square minus GM m upon r equal to E2. E2 is what? 0. Or I can write half m VES the whole square equal to GM m upon r. Here m will get cancelled. Okay. What we get is V escape velocity equal to 2 GM upon r, or simply V escape velocity will be square root of 2 Gm upon r. G is the constant of gravitation, m is the mass of earth, r is the radius of the earth, and this value on earth's surface, okay, comes out to be 11.2 kilometer per second. Imagine such a great velocity, 11.2 kilometer per second. If you project an object with this velocity, the object will go in outer space and will never return back to the earth. So that is the expression for escape velocity of the object. Okay, hope this derivation is very clear. There are no doubts in this. Hello friends, see what I brought for you. What is this? Yeah, it's a weighing machine. Let me check my weight. Lockdown period, my god. It is near about 70 kg. Okay. Now why I am showing you the weight? Because our next topic is about weightlessness. Okay, do you recognize this person? Superman, right? Now tell me one thing. If this person, okay, is standing on a weighing machine, what happens? The person will easily see the weight of his body, right? That person will be able to check the weight of his weight, or in short, actually we say his mass, correct? because we measure mass in kg. So the mass can be easily found out by this person when he stands on the weighing machine. Okay, now I'll give you one example. You answer my question. Okay, listen now. This is our great Superman. Your favorite. My favorite is Batman. Okay, I have tied this weighing machine to his feet. Okay, do you understand? I have tied the weighing machine to his feet, and this person is now jumping from a building. When this person with the machine tied to his feet is jumping from a building, what weight will be shown by that machine? Any answers? The weight shown by the machine will be 0. Okay, you will ask me why. Because the person as well as the machine are moving in the same direction. They are in a state of acceleration. They are in state of what? Acceleration towards the center of earth, or they are in a case of free fall. In such conditions, the weight shown will be 0, or there will be a feeling of weightlessness. Now I'll explain you on the board. See, suppose this is the earth and this is a spaceship at a great height above the earth's surface. Okay, now you will say that because the spaceship is away from the earth's surface, the astronauts inside the spaceship will experience a feeling of weightlessness. It's wrong. The height at which these astronauts are present, there is hardly some percentage decrease in acceleration due to gravity. So we can't say that the main reason is less value of g. But the actual reason is that here the spaceship is under acceleration towards the center of earth. Spaceship, the objects inside the spaceship as well as the astronauts are under the acceleration due to gravity towards the center of earth. But their displacement or velocity is perpendicular to it. So they are not falling towards earth, but they are experiencing a gravitational acceleration towards the center of earth. As a result, they are in a condition of free fall. What? Free fall. And as a result, all the objects inside the spaceship, including the astronauts as well as the spaceship, experience a feeling of weightlessness. They don't feel their weight. I repeat, the main reason is the condition of free fall, because the acceleration of both the astronauts, the objects inside the spaceship as well as the spaceship are directed towards the center of earth. But since the displacement and velocity of this spaceship is perpendicular to it, the astronauts and the spaceship will not fall towards the earth, but they will move in a direction perpendicular to it, but they will experience a feeling of weightlessness. This is actual example behind the reason for weightlessness in a spaceship. Okay.